Today, Camber Energy falls by a further 9.7%. It's basically another day down by 10%. And right now we're hitting prices in the 128 region. And, we are down big on the week. You cannot deny that. The price is coming down from highs up here in the 5-day period on Friday, well above 220. So we've dropped a full dollar since that time period. The past month is shaky, but from the highs we are now down. The highs were well above $4.20, so we're dropping about $3 in that time period, if not more. And the question for this one is, with all that happening, with this decrease in price continuing, what does happen next and where do I stand with CEI? Well guys, as always, this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor, and whether you want to get into CEI, whether you're shorting it or whether you're going long on it, I'm not here to provide an opinion on that. I want to make sure you guys are informed that this stock is extremely risky. I think that does account for both sides, whether you're bullish or bearish. It does carry an insane amount of risk, and you guys cannot deny that. But yeah, it's not financial advice, but I want to remind you guys, do subscribe, press the like button, share it with friends and family, share it wherever you can, because we are trying to grow this channel. Anyway, the simple charts over here, what is going on with these? What are we seeing? Well, the trend is obviously bearish in the past 5 days. That's very clear for anybody to see. We're going down. Now, today, it's not the worst, but it is another day down by 10%. So the question is, what do we do next with CEI? Well, guys, my approach is still the same. And again, I'm going to talk more about this in detail towards the end of the video. But when it comes to CEI, all the way from the highs, basically, I was saying that we should not buy the stock. I was about this point here, where I said this stock is extremely risky. And from there, we obviously had this massive landslide, and things have never really been the same since. Now, arguably, you could have bought in here at 90 cents, rode it all the way up to $2.10 or whatever, and made some really nice profits, which is fair. But I think where we are right now, we have to be very cautious with CEI. I'm not trying to say that it cannot rocket again. I would love for it to rocket again. However, I do like to take more of a risk-aware strategy when investing or even trading. I think with this stock in particular that does apply because, yeah, fair enough, some of the data is looking good. Short interest is okay, relatively. There is still a fair amount of people interested in this stock. However, I'm just apprehensive as to what we are going to see in the next few days and especially weeks. Because one thing that we know from the past is that, yeah, fair enough, we can have short interest really, really high on any stock. It doesn't mean anything unless we have that long interest putting pressure on those shorts. I'm not saying that that is not here with CEI. However, as time does go on, I wonder if people will become more and more dissuaded from buying into CEI. It's basically seen as quite risky anyway. The DD out there is not as good as some of the other short squeeze stocks. I think for that reason, people are quite apprehensive. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think it is something to take into mind, especially when we have seen these drops like 10% almost every single day. So the basics of it is, would I buy CEI? Well, I personally wouldn't buy CEI, and I wouldn't buy it for a while. Now, my opinion certainly can change as time goes on. If the price drops significantly, or if we start to bottom out where we are right now, or if the data changes, of course my opinion will change. But where we stand right now, I don't see this as a best stock to buy in the momentum space, quite frankly. I don't see it as the best stock to buy in the short squeeze space, if you see it as that. I just think, it could pay off, but for me, even if I was looking to buy this stock, I would not buy it right now because I would wait for it to start to level out, and then, yes, potentially even go back up a little bit. Now, I understand the argument of, if I buy the stock right now, I can get it in at a cheaper price and I could potentially make more profit, and that is true. But that does obviously account for it moving upwards, and that is not guaranteed. So please do not become blindly bullish and just buy the stock because it's going to the moon, it's going to $3, $5. I've seen even $10 price targets for CEI, and bear in mind, guys, even if the data is perfect, look at AMC, look at GME, even if the data is perfect for this to have a short squeeze, for it to have a big momentum run up, whatever you want to call it, if it's perfect for that to happen, it still isn't going to happen overnight. And with CEI, the question is, as losses do mount, as the price does continue to bleed out slowly, as I did predict, what are we going to see? Are we going to see people remain interested and continue to buy at the lows? Or are we going to see people slowly start to fade out of the stock and become less and less interested over time? I'm not saying this to dissuade anybody from doing anything, but I am just saying it to make sure you are informed as to both sides of the argument. Now, I understand it fully. Some people will be blindly bullish on this stock, tell you that it's going to the moon. However, you know, I do like to be bullish where I can, but I'm not going to sit there and look at a stock which I genuinely believe is not looking too bullish at the moment and tell you guys that it's going to go to the moon. I just will not do it because I do not believe it in this instance. However, let's have a look at the indicators for the 1 day, 5 day and 1 month, and then talk about that in a bit of detail. So please guys do understand that we are a bit earlier on than we usually are for the videos. That is because I am preoccupied later on, but that's a different topic. You can see that on the 1 day so far, coming up to 2 PM, so we do have about an hour if not 2 to go. We are sat on a moving average just a few cents below where we are right now. We can see the pink tab just sticking out and it isn't readable, so we're not too far away from that. And it has been quite a flat barcoding day for the majority of the day, really starting from about 10:15 in the morning, we've been barcoding. Now we are seeing a RSI figure of 57. Now 57, at least 7 points away from neutral, not too worried about it, but it is tipping up most recently for some reason. I would assume that is because of that little uptrend that we have noticed, but not too big. It probably will cool off soon anyway. On the 5 day chart, we're moving down continuously. We are sat exactly on that moving average though, which is good. The RSI figure is at 47 over here, so 47 isn't bad either. It's only 3 points from neutral, so not worried at all about that. And we are becoming more bearish on the MACD. We had a while where we were almost bullish today. You can see this is in this consolidation period, but now we are kind of flipping over and seeing a little bit of a trend change downwards because of this movement that we have noticed. And yeah, that's just the 5 day data. Now the 1 month data is the all-inclusive. It shows us what we kind of spoke about a little bit ago. It shows us that we are crossing over that moving average almost soon, perhaps even tomorrow. This moving average is the 50-day, by the way, is a lot behind because it does lag. We're seeing volume drop significantly today, I do believe. These are the volume candles down here, and as you would expect, on these big pushes upwards, high volume. As time goes on, volume is relatively low. Does that indicate to interest coming out of the stock? I am not sure, but I think it definitely could be a sign of it, as I mentioned earlier on. Now, the RSI figure is at 44, so it's coming down. It is potentially going to go to oversold, or at least closer to oversold as time goes on, as the interest could continue to drop, and the MACD is becoming more bearish now. Today versus yesterday, it's a little bit of an increase, not much at all, and actually over the past 3 days it's not been increasing much at all, but it has remained bearish. We're not seeing a bullish trend change on this one yet. We just are continuing to sit on the bearish side, and yeah, we are dipping ever so slightly as time goes on. So guys, I think you get what I'm trying to say in this video. I'm not trying to hate on the stock for no reason, but I think there are some valid arguments to make here, and I don't often make bearish videos, but with this one, you know, I think there are some really valid arguments to make. I think with any stock, we need to look at both sides of the argument. If you believe this one's going to go to the moon, fair enough, you can do whatever you want. If you believe it's going to the ground, you can do whatever you like with that as well. I just think, you know, there are a lot of people bullish on that, and if you want to hear some bullish opinions, of course, there are many places for you to go. However, I think there's bullish on one side, there's bearish on one side, and then somewhere in the middle, there is the truth. Now, no matter which side you sit on, sometimes it's going to be closer to the bullish side, sometimes it's going to be closer to the bearish side. However, I just want to tell you guys, you know, how I see it. I see this one as being one of these momentum stocks which has a big run up, and then from there the interest in it starts to die off. People talk about it less and less, and again, from there, you know, we have a bit of an unfortunate decline over time, and that does appear to be what we are seeing over here with CEI. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all again in another video, hopefully tomorrow, guys. Goodbye. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you'll be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here, and again if you do join us it is completely free, link is down below, but if you do want to become a Patreon you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name, so your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.